can you win $32,000 on the turn of a card right here on Card Shark. And now the host of Card Shark, Bill Rafferty.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. What a nice group. Welcome to Card Sharks, everybody. Thank you. We had so much fun yesterday, we decided to do it again, and who can blame us, because this is Card Sharks, and you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. Let's not waste any time. Let's meet our lovely dealers. Here they come. Here's Lacey Pemberton, Susanna Williams, and Lacey Pemberton, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you ready to do it again today, ladies? I think we got to pick it up from where we left yesterday. Let's go over here. Lacey will be dealing out the red cards on the top to be played by our returning champion, and Susanna will be playing the laying out the blue cards on the bottom to be played by our challengers. Let's meet today's Card Sharks. Let's see it. Hello.
Hi.
Good-looking group. Here's Tina. Good to see Tina here today. She is our champion. She is a champion to the tune of $6,500.
Yes.
A lot of loot. And you did that. You did that yesterday from some pretty poor cards. You were operating at a deficit there, and you rolled it right into $6,500. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tina.
Okay, my name's Tina LaFond, and I'm the baby out of 6 kids. I have 7 wonderful nieces and nephews, and I live with my mom and dad at home in Buena Park.
That's good to hear. How are you, Clay?
Just fine.
What about you, sir?
I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas, where I live on a farm with my parents while I attend school full-time.
Yeah, you want to go back to that farm, I have a feeling.
I sure do.
Yeah, you're a farm boy. It's good to have you here. Each of you has cut your deck of cards backstage?
Yes, sir.
Sure
Okay,
did.
you know how to play the game, but let me quickly tell the folks at home how our game is played. The object of the game is to work your way across this board by predicting whether each of these cards will be higher or lower than the card that precedes it. Now, if you can see, we're in the middle of a game right now. Tina has a bit of a lead. She only has 2 cards to go, and Clay, he has 3 cards to go. Before they can start turning the cards, they must answer one of our high-low questions. We are in our first game and 3rd question, and this will go to Tina. Tina, you ready, dear?
Oh, I am.
Here we go. We surveyed 100 top women business executives across the country, and we asked them, did you start your career as a secretary? How many top women executives said that they did?
Okay, my sister is a top woman executive, and she never in her life was a secretary. But I don't think that people that are secretaries actually are the ones that move up along the ladder. So I think that that's going to be about 32 people out of 100.
32 out of 100.
32.
Clay, what would you say? Higher or lower, sir?
Well, I think that a lot of women are like my mom. They were forced into lower positions in the past before they could get into a big job where that's more accepted these days. So I'm going to say it's higher.
You're going to go it's higher.
Yes, sir.
You're going to say it's higher. I have an opinion. I'm going to side here with Tina. I have a feeling it's a little lower. The actual number of women executives who started as a secretary is 62. It's higher. It is higher. Working your way up from the ranks. Terrific, Clay.
I want to change that card.
Yeah, I didn't even have to tell you. Clay got the high-low question correctly. That means he can change his base card. That 9 now becomes a queen. What a show.
I'm going to go lower.
Lower than a queen. A jack.
Lower again.
Lower than a jack. An 8.
Oh, I
What are you
think
gonna
I'll
do?
freeze.
All right. Clay realizes that he can freeze here. He can protect his position. And now I have to tell everybody, he keeps Tina away from the cards, but it is now sudden death. I love to say sudden death. This is the 4th. This is where the game has to be won on the 4th and final question. So control of the board here is most important. And Clay, you're going to get the question. Here he comes. We surveyed 100 men who have been married 50 years or more, and we asked them, is your wife the only woman you've ever made love to? How many men married 50 years said yes, their wife is the only woman they've ever made love to?
Well, I'm from kind of older parents, and they're very moral on those matters. And past times they were more conservative, especially 50 years ago. So I'm going to say that's pretty high, probably 70.
Okay, you're going to go high. You're going to go real high. Tina, what do you think? Higher, lower?
I think that a lot of the people back in the olden days weren't playing around like they do nowadays. So I think that that might be just a
Some interesting uses of words, playing around. I love the way they kind of cover that one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, anyhow, I think that that's just a little bit lower.
You're going to go a little bit lower.
Just a little bit.
The actual number of men married 50 years whose wife is the only woman they've ever made love to is 37.
Yeah.
37. It is lower. It is lower. Tina, it is sudden death, and you have control of the board. Now, you can change this 8 and go on to play, but if you make a mistake, that means that Clay automatically wins the game. Or you can pass control of the board over to Clay, force him to play off this 8. If he makes a mistake, then you automatically win the game. What do you want to do, play or pass, Tina?
I want to play this one out.
You're going to play it out?
Yeah, because if I make the mistake, I want to be the one to do it. So I'd like to change the card to start out with.
You change the 8. Interesting call. Interesting call. You're going to change this 8. This 8 now becomes a 4.
Okay, and I want to go higher.
Higher than a 4. A 10.
Okay, I want to go lower.
Lower than a 10. This is for the game. It is not. It is a jack, and that means that Clay wins our first game. Terrific. Terrific. Way to play. You did it. We'll be right back with game number 2 right after this commercial message.
Welcome to Nerdo Crow. That's 1-800-719-6762. Deluxe version and rush delivery available. Call now.
Welcome back. There we are. We're about ready to play our second game right now. We have to congratulate Clay. Clay won the first game. He has $100 in his pocket. First player to go on to win 2 games. They win the match. They get to play the money cards. And the money cards, a whole other world. Lots of cash. Lacey's already dealt out the cards. We're ready to play game 2 right now. Tina, first question to you.
Okay.
We surveyed 100 first graders and we asked them, does the stork bring babies? How many first graders said the stork brings babies?
Okay, my niece is going into first grade next year, and she probably would have thought like that, but nowadays parents are educating their children at a younger age, and they really tell them, you know, oh, there's a baby in your mommy's tummy, and so on and so forth. So I think that not very many of them are really going to think that the stork really actually does bring it. I don't even know if they have cartoon characters like that anymore. But anyhow, I think that's going to be a lower number. I think about 32 people.
32 out of 100. 32 first graders out of 100. Clay?
Well, I think that if any first grader has any younger children, then they're going to know that probably mom brings those kids and not the stork. So I'm going to say it's even lower than that.
You want even lower than that? I like the stork. I don't know. The actual number of first graders who said the stork brings babies is 31. It is lower. It is lower. Good. Okay, Clay. Here's your base card. You can change it if you want. It's a 9.
I'll change that card. Yeah.
Change the 9.
Yes.
The 9 now becomes a 6.
I'll go
A
higher.
little bit of help.
Higher.
Higher than a 6. A queen.
Oh, lower.
Lower than a queen. An 8.
Oh, I'll freeze.
Freeze here. Protect his position. Keep Tina away from the cards. And the next question goes to Clay, and he knows if he gets it right, he changes the 8. Clay, we surveyed 100 teenage girls who are going steady. And we asked them, if your parents told you you could never see your boyfriend again, would you see him anyway? How many teenage girls said they would still see their boyfriend?
Oh, that's a rebellious age. My sisters were all very rebellious during those ages because my parents were so conservative. So I'm going to say that's a relatively high number. I'm going to say 80.
You're going to go 80 out of 100. That is a high number. How about it, Tina?
I think it's lower
What
than...
were you like when you were 16?
I obeyed everything my parents told me. I didn't want to mess with them.
Yeah.
You do not mess with my
And the
parents.
stork brings babies.
Of course. That's lower, definitely.
You're going to go lower?
I think a lot of people respect what their parents say nowadays.
I'm going to go, I'm saying right to the roof on this one. I'm going higher. I'm up here with Clay. The actual number of teenage girls who would still see their boyfriend is 98. 98. It is higher. There's only 2 good girls out there. Clay, here's the 8.
Let's change that card.
Change that 8. That 8 now becomes a 9.
Ooh. I'm going to go lower.
Lower than a 9. A jack. All right, so Clay has to go back to his original base card, which is the jack. We go over here for Tina's cards. Tina hasn't broken the ice yet. I just really noticed this right now. Here's your base card, but because you didn't answer our question correctly, you know you can't change it. You got to play from it. Let's take a look at it. It's a 3.
Okay, watch out, it's higher.
Higher than a 3.
Definitely.
A deuce. Ooh. Do you know what the odds were for this? There's only 1 card. Anyway, we'll be right back right after this commercial message.
Are you laughing?
Welcome back. We're in the midst of a pretty good game right now. This is a make-or-break situation for our champion, Tina. Tina's got some guards to work her way through right now, and Clay's putting the heat on her, as they say in this business. And let's get on to our third question. Tina, we surveyed 100 college men who belong to a fraternity, and we asked them, well, this is pretty serious. If you wanted to buy illegal drugs, would you know who to call? How many fraternity men said they would know who to call?
Oh, that one is real high. There's a lot of that going on nowadays, especially at my campus. That's going to be about 85 out of 100.
85 out of 100?
They're easy to get now.
85 out of 100.
Definitely.
Well,
Clay, what do you say?
I'm a member of Lambda Chi, and I think most of them are really nice guys, and I think they've learned over the years that drugs just aren't good for you. And so I'm going to say it's lower.
You're going to say it's lower? See, I want to see this myself. The actual number of fraternity men who would know who to call for illegal drugs is... It is 85. It is exactly 85. You got it right on the money. And because you got it right on the money, you win $500. Put out your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. There you go, Tina. Excellent.
These are real.
All right, Tina, you have a decision to make. You got the high-low question correct, and you can change this card if you want, but you got an excellent card.
I want to play it out. I feel lucky now that I have this many in my hands, and I want to keep that card, and I want to go higher.
Higher than a 3. A 7.
Okay. Oh. I'm going to play it. I want to go higher.
Higher than a 7. A king.
Oh, lower.
Lower than a king. A deuce. Higher than a deuce. This ties up the match. A 9. Whoa. Way to go. You were lucky. You were lucky. Congratulations. $500 brought you luck. You now have $100 more. You've won one game. And we now have to face the tiebreaker. And Lacey's dealing out the cards right now for the tiebreaker. We always play the tiebreaker with 3 cards and a maximum of 3 questions. Clay, goes to you, sir. Boy, it got quiet. We surveyed 100 married women, and we asked them, during a tender moment with your husband, have you ever closed your eyes and pretended you were in the arms of another man? How many married women admitted they have?
Oh, I think sexual fantasies are pretty much a part of everybody, and even a married woman would do that, especially after several years. So I'm going to say that's a reasonably high number, probably 65.
65. You're saying 65 out of 100.
Oh, this is a hard...
What do you say, Tina?
Oh, I could see myself closing my eyes and wishing it was Tom Selleck, but hey, I think that, it's going to be higher.
You're going to go higher.
Just
a little bit higher.
Everybody has to wonder.
Okay. Everybody has to wonder. The actual number of married women who have closed their eyes and pretended they were in the arms of another man is 46. It isn't higher, it's lower. It's lower. So, Clay, you get a shot at the cards over here, sir. Here's your base card. Take a look at it. Tell me what you want to do. A 10. You can change it if you want.
I'll change it.
You're going to change it? That 10 now becomes a 7. Right in the middle now. Right in the middle.
I'm going to have to go higher.
You're going to go higher than a 7. A 7. It is not higher than the 7. That means that Tina gets a free shot at the cards. And let's see what you're playing from, Tina.
Okay.
You're playing from the 9.
Okay, I want to go lower than the 9.
Lower than a 9. A 5.
Higher
Higher than a 5. For the game and the match.
Bring me luck.
A 6. It is higher. The champ pulled it out. Whoa.
Oh, my God.
Terrific. Terrific. Just terrific. Pulled it out of the fire. Okay. Tina's won it. Clay, you are an able challenger.
Well,
it was
thank
so
you
nice
very
having
much.
you here.
Thank you.
I wish you good luck back in Arkansas. You've got some lovely party gifts backstage. You've won $100. Come on, Tina. Come on over here. It's fine on Mark. You are $100 richer. You now have $200 in your pocket. More important than that, you're going to get to play the money cards, and you can win thousands of dollars there. You know that. So let's have Lacey and Susanna come out here and deal from a new deck of cards. You're going to be playing the money cards. Let's tell you how to do that. You know how to do that. Let's tell the folks at home.
Okay.
The $200 you've already won is yours to keep. We're going to give you some new money to bet with. We're going to give you $200, start you out at the bottom line. You must bet your way across that line, calling high and low. When we get to the second line, we're going to give you an additional $400 of betting money. You bet your way across that line. Minimum bets are $50 until we get to the top line. That's the big bet line, where you must wager at least half your dollars. Don't forget, you will have an opportunity to change one card on each line by selecting one of the spare cards that Susanna is dealing out right now. That's all there is to it. You ready to do it?
Oh, you know it. I have my lucky 500.
You're
right
not in
here.
bad shape at all. Let's give it $200. You got it.
Okay.
$200 could turn into $32,000 if you play it right. Here's the base card. Let's see what it is. A 9.
Okay, I want to change it to start out with, and I want number 2, please.
You want number 2?
2.
You can have it. Let's make a better card. Here it is, a 10.
Okay.
A little bit of help.
Okay.
$200 on the 10.
I want to bet $100 lower than the 10.
$100 lower than a 10. A queen. Ooh.
Here I go again.
Okay, you lost 100. You've got 100 to bet with. Good card to play
well,
for.
now I want to bet $100 that it's lower than the queen.
$100 lower than a queen. A 7.
Okay.
$200.
All
Playing
right,
on the
now
7.
I want to bet $50 that it's higher than the 7.
$50 higher than a 7. A deuce. Not higher than a 7.
Oh.
You have $150 right now. I'm going to give you $400 additional betting money to go with. You have $550 playing off a 2.
Okay, I want all of it higher than that 2.
All of it higher than the 2.
It's gotta be.
A 5.
Okay.
$1,100.
I want to bet $600 that it's higher than the 5.
$600 higher than a 5. A 4. Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh,
what's the deal here?
You're back to $500 playing off the 4.
Okay, that's okay. I want to bet $400 that it's higher than the 4.
$400 higher than a 4. A queen.
Okay.
$900.
Here we go.
$900. We go up to the top line. You must wager at least $450 if you want to keep the card.
Oh, I want all of it lower.
All of it
All
lower
of
than
it.
a queen.
I'm gambling.
A jack. $1,800. You know how to play the cards. You do. You know how to play the cards. You've now got $9,000 in your pocket. Who knows where this young lady can go? We'll be right back right after this commercial message.
Introducing all-time web
from the start, and it has changed my life.
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Welcome back, everybody. And here, of course, is Tina, our champion. She's a champion to the tune of $9,000. That's how much of a champion she is. Money is just flowing to this young lady. Let's meet the challenger, Jan. Come on out, Jan.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? My name is Jan Green, and I live in Long Beach, California, and I'm a train traffic controller.
A train traffic controller? Mm-hmm. Interesting. You got to know what you're doing.
Sometimes.
Yes, indeed. You've already cut your cards backstage?
Sure did.
I want to wish you good luck. And Lacey's dealing out the cards right now, and let's get on to game number 1. Tina.
Okay. Here I go.
We surveyed 100 bachelors, and we asked them, have you ever paid a girlfriend's rent? How many bachelors said they have paid a girlfriend's rent?
None that I know of. I think that is going to be real low. Bachelors I don't think they'd take it that far. They might buy them a new dress or something nice like that, but I haven't even had anybody buy me anything.
Well, you've got $9,000. You could buy something for somebody.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty expensive thing to do. So that's going to be really low, but I would say probably about 21.
21 out of 100.
21.
Jan, what do you think?
Well, I still think
Higher,
there's a few. I still think there's a few people, gentlemen in this world, that can probably pay somebody's rent, and maybe once in a while they might. So I would have to say that number would be maybe just a little bit higher.
A little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
The actual number of bachelors who have paid a girlfriend's rent is 14. It isn't higher, it's lower. It is lower.
Okay.
Our champ goes to the board, looks at her base card, and tells me what she wants to do. It is an 8.
Okay, I want to change that card.
Change that card, now becomes a jack.
Okay. We want to go lower.
Lower than a jack. An 8. Ooh, tough card, tough card. She goes back to her jack right now, gives Jan a free shot at the cards, but she must play from the base card. It is a 7.
Higher.
Higher than a 7. A 3. Ooh. Cards are not happening. Cards are not happening. We'll be right back with our second question right after this commercial message.
It all started with...
Go to slingtv.com and start watching 7 days free.
Yeah, welcome back. Unfortunately, time just goes whoosh right out the window. We don't have enough time to continue this, so we're going to come back tomorrow and pick it up from where we left off. It's interesting here, the ladies were commiserating about the fact that not a lot of guys like to pay their girlfriend's rent, which was an interesting question to begin with. Anyway, we're going to be back here tomorrow, of course, with our champion, Tina. We're working off some tough cards over there. Jan is going to come back and join us. She's going to try and get the crown from her. Come on over, Susanna and Lacey Pemberton. And here comes Gene Wood, and he's going to say goodbye to you. And my name is Bill Rafferty, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.
Some of our departing contestants will receive the Polaroid Spectra System camera with computer-designed exterior, autofocus and audio signal system. Beautiful pictures instantly and automatically furnished by Polaroid. Jules Jurgensen Ladies Classic Series Diamond Dial Watch, elegantly styled with 10 genuine diamonds. The Classic Series furnished by Jules Jurgensen. Bissell's Double Brush Classic sweeps all floors with quick, quiet plastic, picks up dirt, litter, and more. An ideal companion to your vacuum cleaner by Bissell. Cherokee, stylish and comfortable apparel and shoes with the look of today. From Cherokee, an American original. A sports watch and liquid paper, correction fluids for handwritten mistakes, photocopies, even forms. Clean, neat, liquid paper. It's the perfect solution. An alarm clock, and surprise yourself with the unique taste of Ocean Spray Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail. Tangy, smoother, sweeter. It's Ocean Spray Good. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson television production.